We are back with another CMKL Primetime. Today, for you, we have the final match of Division 1 between Peach State Patriots and Texas Unified. And they will be playing the final match, and they are both in a position where if they win the match, they will be in playoffs. So we got a very intense battle here. The point differential will not matter. Just whichever team wins is in playoffs, and the other one will be eliminated and have to go home and cry. And I am joined by my co-caster, Howdy. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. So I'm Howdy. I'm on the University of Arizona Rocket League team, and I'm excited to be here to cast this match today. So should be a good time. I haven't casted one of these before, but I'm super excited. It sounds like it'll be a really hype match between two very good schools.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that your Rocket League experience will translate well enough. It's still fast cars, not exactly racing, but I'm sure it'll be just fine.
Both games got cars in them, and I mean, I know a little bit about Mario Kart. Should be a good time. One thing which I heard was really interesting about this match is that Peach State started their season 1 and 3, but now they've run it back and they might make playoffs now. So that's always really cool to see.
Yeah, both teams so close now, and yeah, so the last couple matches that were played, Texas got had to forfeit the last couple matches, which is unfortunate. It happens, and then Peach State had to forfeit. There's a lot of forfeits. I apologize for that, but they did just earlier today have an amazing win versus UC SoCal, a plus 178. So they're on fire today. If they can keep up that momentum, I have no doubt that they can take down Texas today. And so, like, both teams, sorry, the graphic is a little bit incorrect as it was not able to be updated in time, but Texas Unified and Peach State both 4-0-5. So whichever one gets that even record today will take the win.
Mm-hmm. Games like this are always so fun to watch because, they're so important for both teams. Both teams still in contention for playoffs, right? Neither team's playing spoiler here. It's just whoever makes it in.
Yes, exactly. And we got the lineups. The Texas Unified, they might have a couple of subs going on. I know that I've been told that Greg, Adam, and Slap the Rat will be definitely playing for Texas. And on Peach State, that lineup should be locked in. We should have that. Got a bunch of strong players on both sides, I think. Greg and Adam, both very strong players. I have not seen Slap the Rat personally, so I'm not 100% sure on what he'll get up to. But then for Peach State, Bean, Spoon, all amazing players. Guy Fry got off an amazing match earlier today. Wisp, always a pretty consistent player. And then I have not seen much from Luxatone and Sourdough. Just have not been able to see enough of their matches. Don't know them well enough, but I'm sure that they'll be just fine.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and we'll get a read on them very soon once we get underway.
So and the lobby, it looks like we're almost ready to start. Your POVs for this match will be Greg from Texas and Bean for Peach State. And it looks like they're just waiting on one more player to join the lobby. Not sure who it is, but Texas is hosting the lobby, so we'll probably see some sort of runner come out from their side but hard to say exactly what Peach State will go for the first race. Yeah, this is always the awkward part, just hoping that last person can get in quick so we can get started. Everyone just waiting around now.
Hanging out in limbo for a second. Soon to get underway.
Everyone spams their voice line of choice.
I'm using tilt controls, the classic.
Sourdough just continuously saying, let's wait for more players, and I don't think you just realize that everybody is waiting, so it's not really necessary to say anymore. But we do see that Peach State in their matching outfits. So I guess that probably means that all 6 of them are in. And I have heard some insider info from Peach State that they have been very excited with the Wave 6 balance batch because it gives them another character to play. Because before they would just play Peach because Peach State, but now they can also play Peachette apparently. So that's pretty sick.
Oh, that's true. Man, so their character pool just doubled.
Yes, exactly. And speaking of Wave 6, both teams have agreed that picking the Wave 6 tracks will be allowed. I know just from talking to Wisp that he has practiced a ton of Wave 6, so we might see a bunch of Wave 6 from Peach State. Not 100% sure, but also Texas did agree with it, so I'm sure they're decent at it as well.
It'll be interesting to see for sure because the tracks are new. I assume that, the meta hasn't developed on them nearly as much. So it'll be interesting to see what strats these teams have cooked up.
Yeah, we've only had a mere 5 days to practice them, so most teams really not too sure what to, like when to even use the tracks, when to pick them, or even what to do on them, what to do when like things go wrong on them, what to do when things are going well. There's so much depth in just a track pick, and like with the new ones, just no one knows what to do yet. It's like we're still waiting around a bit. They still got another 4 minutes to join the lobby. Hopefully they do not take that long. That would be pretty unfortunate, but
yeah,
especially
everyone
if
gets
they
in the lobby.
yeah, especially if they don't get a 5th player. I know that Texas was having they subbed some people in, so I think they were having a bit of difficulty determining exactly who was going to play, so they may have an issue with someone not realizing that they have to get in. Or maybe their internet's slow. Maybe they forgot to download the update. You didn't hear that from me, but maybe that's the case.
That's possible.
I'm not going to call them out if that is true. But it's possible.
Who knows,
Everyone's still just got a lot of waiting around. Peach State trying to, I think, overwhelm them with too many messages.
Yeah. It's about that mental diff,
Yeah, get them off their game. Always an interesting strategy.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for playing. Just killing them kindness here,
Yeah, here I've decided to open the Twitch chat. What are y'all talking about in there? Who do we got in chat? We got Wisp saying, "No way, PSP is going to be so guided." What are we being guided by? Apparently, we're being guided by Bo staying up past his bedtime. That's pretty awesome. Thanks for staying up past your bedtime to watch, Bo. I know it is 11 for you. But yeah, I hope we can get going shortly. That would be best. But
hopefully.
Apparently not quite.
Surely it'll be soon.
Surely, yeah. They got it has reached 9:08 here in Arizona, and the room will be forced to start at 10 after. So only a couple minutes left for Texas to get their player in. Be really unfortunate if they had to play the first couple of races without all 12 of their players. So hopefully that's not what happens. Okay, we got some guide dog fan messages in the chat. We love the guide dog in the CMKL server. If you love guide dogs, then join the Collegiate Mario Kart League, because we love guide dogs here.
So true.
Yeah, what do you think about guide dogs, Howdy?
You know what? I'm a fan.
Nice.
I'm for it.
Well, would you like to own a guide dog one day? Well, hoping not a working guide dog, because I don't think you have anything that would require that. But would you like to own like a retired guide dog one day?
As a treat, yes.
Yeah, like give the guide dog its like nice little retirement.
Yeah,
after a long day of helping someone.
After a long career,
Yeah.
we can all hope to be able to retire one day.
Yeah, and guide dogs are no different. They're some of the hardest workers around.
Mm-hmm. They're putting money into their 401ks. They're earning their pensions so that they can retire one day.
Yeah,
comfortably.
Yeah, give them their retirement home. They deserve it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have got confirmation they will be forced to start at 10. And yeah, on our side, it looks like it just became 10. So probably see the match start shortly, hopefully, or maybe Texas will get in. Hard to say.
We'll see. We're running up to the buzzer here.
I'm in. I'd really love it to not end up being a 5v6, even for just a couple of races, because I think both teams would love to have this be like just the fairest match. Because if I'm PSP and I get in from the 5v6, that doesn't feel right. I would rather get in with it like, all the odds like fair,
For sure. We hope to see an even game here.
And it looks like Greg has decided yet now is the time to start the lobby. And hopefully Texas's sixth player gets in as soon as possible. And we see Madrid Drive for Texas, a pretty common pick for Wave 6, I found. A lot of people have been really enjoying this track. And the Grumble Volcano for Peach State, so I would assume that they have a few top spots, but obviously don't have that first place, trying to get some mushrooms, take some shortcuts, catch up. And the Grumble Volcano pick does come through for Peach State.
All right. I'm a fan of this track. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a very fun one to watch. So pretty excited to see exactly how the teams choose to play this.
Mm-hmm. Like many people, Mario Kart Wii was my first Mario Kart, so it's always fun to see the tracks from it.
Indeed, indeed. We start off, Greg able to hold his position for now. Hard to see exactly what's going on behind him. It looks like, yeah, Spoon and another Peach State player, could not tell who, have immediately caught up. Luxatone with the red shell. Greg is going to have to respect this.
Pass.
Gets a red shell of his own
but
to
has to
block.
block with it.
Greg able to hold his ground for now.
Really good lines so far from Greg.
And we swap over to Bean's POV. Bean on the Wild Wiggler, interesting. Have not seen this combo come out from anyone in a long time, and he's also not playing Peach, so he is not living up to the Peach State norm. It's very interesting to see.
Losing a little bit of place here off some items, but might be able to catch back up.
We get a little bit of
the box, which is unfortunate.
Yep, still pretty close race from everyone. Greg has a bit of the lead, but everyone else right there, and we'll see if Peach State can take advantage of this gap to pull some strong items, even though they're in the spots right behind first. We can actually see a Waluigi Wiggler too.
Here. Oh man.
Multiple people using the Wiggler builds. We actually see a ton of weird builds. I was not paying attention, but
interesting.
Not that many people on.
Wasn't there a balance patch a little bit back that made like more cart combinations meta?
Yeah, so they always like to do their invincibility changes, and this last patch was no different, but usually not too much to like for people to consider going on to things like the Wild Wiggler again, but we'll see. And Bean uses the bill. He held on to it for a while. Maybe PSPS Shock. Looks like they don't. They would have used it by now. And they do have Shock. They use it at the very end, it looks like. Now Bean has triple reds. And it looks, yeah, he does hit Greg and Bean into first. With 3 reds, looks like there's no way that Bean will be taken out here. He will lock in the first.
Very impressive showing from Bean.
It looks like that's going to be a really, really good race for Peach State to start off. I think that at least top 2, maybe even like top 3 or 4. Yeah, a top 3, 5, 6. An amazing race for Peach State.
Very impressive stuff from them.
Very well done. So that is that is a plus 8 race for Peach State. So pretty well done by them.
Very impressive. Hopefully they can keep it up in the next race for their own benefit, but we'll see if Texas is able to make some back upcoming here.
Okay, wait. It looks like I actually read off the spots wrong. That there was a Peachette in second, and I assumed it was Peach State, no, that was Texas. So that's why it's only a +8. I was a little confused for a second. But yeah, it's still a pretty good race for Peach State.
We're going to DK Jungle for our second race here.
And we swap back to the Greg POV to start off the race. Greg was in first that entire last race, but knocked all the way down to 7th, unfortunately. Will he be able to catch up immediately on this track? It's okay. We have a bit of technical difficulties. I apologize. And okay, we're right back into the action. Only missed a little bit, just the very start of the racing. Like I was saying, Greg already into first place, just gets the draft, gets the super bounce all the way up there, and Adam joining him in second. And Greg decides to go around for the coins to let Adam be in first because he has the shroom.
Really good positions for Texas for now. We'll see if they can hold.
Yeah, Greg does get punished for it by the trail. But still in it for sure.
Not a bad spot.
Oh, whoa. I don't think that's what he was trying to do. Always that turn can be a little awkward sometimes, trying to drift off that glider ramp. But I mean, it looks like he's made it work out. He's still in 5th, and I believe that's a bunch of Peach State players in the top 4. I mean, one of the Texas we had the same problem last Primetime where Bo from Cutstown was playing as Peach and confusing me when I was looking at the minimap. But I believe that this is a top 2 for PSP, and Greg almost looks like he almost fell off there, but able to stay on the track and trail out a Peach State player. So now, very very mixed positions for both teams.
Solid run back to first, and Guy Fry, it looks like, didn't get an item off those boxes, but he still had 2, so it looks like he'll be fine here. He's got the banana trailing.
And he shrooms up and gets the horn. But he does not get the item box and gets punished heavily for that.
And so a good overtake, but just immediate item follow.
Yeah, Greg is now probably wishing that he just stood his ground and waited for the right moment to go for that. Because now he is really paying the price. But as I say that, gets triple shrooms, but gets trailed by, I believe that was Sourdough.
Triple shrooms at least means that making the speed back up won't be too much of a challenge.
Yeah, but I think Peach State has a lot of those top spots. I know that the Orange Yoshi is Bean, or not, yeah, it is Bean, and then a bunch of Peachettes behind, so I would assume that that is a, potentially even like a top 5 for PSP. Greg gets the 6th, but, well, looks like it's not even going to be close to enough to cause this to be a good race, and yeah, that's a top 5 for PSP. Huge for them.
Taking the full top 5. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, and I think Greg just was the one on Texas that was trying to cause as much chaos up there in the front, but just wasn't able to do it. Every time that he was able to get forward, he would just be hit out because he had to use his items to get up there in the first place. And yeah, so that was almost a perfect race for Peach State, a top 5-7, so a +38 for them, and now Peach State winning by 46.
Just a massive race for Peach State, taking that small gap and widening it. So the onus is now on Texas Unified to try to make some points back here.
Yeah, and I believe that the technical difficulties we saw earlier have been mostly sorted out. We may have to just use Greg's POV, unfortunately. You know, it's always fun when we're able to use both, but we had a little bit of an issue with the Bean swap POV, I believe, but we should be okay now. And the Sky High Sunday pick from Peach State, they pick this a lot when they play. I think every match I've seen them play, they've gone for this at least a few times. And Greg does burn out, which will leave Peach State with a bit of a lead in top 4. And it looks like Greg could just be choosing to play this one from the back. There is usually a shock on this track, and so it can be very easy to catch up at the very end, as the driving is pretty simple. So if you just have a star, you'll pass everyone at the end if you dodge.
That's interesting. Interesting potential strategic decision out here. We'll see. Ooh. Look, maybe put the decision to play from the back there? What do we think?
Yeah, I think now it seems that Texas has, I mean, they found themselves in 3 and 4. I think they're just waiting it out for now, hoping that their team can pull the blue shell. And it looks like Spoon gets hit out. So now this will be a 2-3 for Texas with Bean holding the first. And they hit a green on the ground. I don't know what happened to the other Texas player that was up with Greg, but Greg himself was taken out for sure. Now, still a pretty close pack, judging by the mini map.
Definitely. It looks pretty even across the board here. Greg looking for those snipes at the moment.
Yeah,
Not
I
quite
believe
finding Guy Fry yet.
just trying, nearly gets the rang, just barely throws it a little too far ahead. I believe that this is a 1-3 for Peach State with Texas in second, 4, and I think 5 and 6 too. Believe, yeah, Adam in fifth. And there's the star from Greg. If Texas gets the shock here, this is Greg's race to win. Change the star here. Could they have shock? I see the bill come out from someone.
Greg definitely in a position to maybe turn Texas's fortunes here.
Yeah, looks like no shock. Greg trying to hit. I believe that was okay. That was Guy Fry behind him. Can't get him, but it's not going to matter. And it looks like Peach State was holding on to the blue shell the entire race so that Bean could get that first place. So I think that was a
Texas taking 2 and 3 at least.
Yeah, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, that's pretty good for Texas. I think that'll be a potentially our closest race. So really well done by and that is indeed our closest race. A 0 gain for either teams, a tied race.
Dang.
So nice on Texas to, even though they couldn't ever get into first, just hold their spots and get at least a neutral race on PSP's pick when they had top 5. So that's always a scary position.
Sort of neutralizing the value of that pick there and neutralizing out the points gained from the one position, which you like to see if you're Texas.
And now they are set up to get a bit of a momentum shift if they get their track pick here. I know we see the Piranha Plant Cove pick. I know a lot of teams have been enjoying this track just as like sort of an anti first track, just to stop whoever is in first, because there's so many shortcuts, especially at the end of this track, and a lot of time in between the item boxes too, so you have a lot of time to figure out a good way to take out the person first. Got the horn spam from Greg. Always fun.
Always a good time. Early overtake from Greg to first. Positions getting traded back and forth, but gets a good item to hold on to it.
And it looks like he will go for the shortcut here. Hits the rock, still gets it anyway. Oh, he hits the coral. That is unfortunate. Will slow him down a bit, and it looks like Spoon able to get into first off of that. But taken out by the green shell, tries to go to the right of it, can't quite do it. Greg gets the horn and immediately uses it. Greg playing so aggressive at the start of the race here. We've seen him get punished for it before, but it looks like this race will not be one of those.
For now, he looks safe off of that, getting a couple of really good item plays there.
It's a nice shortcut around the off-road, and Adam in second. Greg is very safe for now.
Looks like you were saying, the anti-first track pick paying off, at least for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think that straightaway where he took out Spoon, just very difficult for someone to dodge items there, as it's just so narrow.
Definitely.
And Greg trying to cycle for a horn, hasn't got one yet, has a bit of a lead though. So might not even need it. Goes for another shortcut. Yeah, haven't seen many people go for that one yet, but that is just shortcuts galore with the water physics.
Impressive to see with how recent this track is too.
Yeah, I think I've found that a lot of players with Wave 6 have decided to just focus on 1 or 2 tracks so far, so they'll have one that they're really good at and they can just break away on. I know I myself have gone for a lot of Bowser Castle 3-time trials, and it looks like Greg has chosen Piranha Plant Cove for that.
Certainly appears that way, yeah.
He just looks so confident on a lot of these strats, taking pretty much every shortcut he can.
Really clean lines.
yeah, has a huge lead now, and even a blue shell, he'll probably still end up. Oh, he
Ooh,
gets a bit of a
unfortunate.
misinput there, but at this point, it's not even going to matter.
Still securing first. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that was uh, just a nice performance from Greg. I mean, not much else to say. Couldn't really tell what was going on in the rest of the race.
Definitely just got to watch masterclass from Greg in first. We'll
Yeah,
see what happened at the rest of the race here. Looks like Peach State Patriots taking up a few pretty good spots as well, so they're not losing too many points here, at least off of first. We'll see what the final scoring ends up being.
I mean, so yeah, a first, yeah, 1-1-5-6, but then bought 3 for Texas. So even though Greg got that first, that's still going to be a -10 for them. And
Dang.
Peach State's lead has only been growing. They're up at 56 points ahead now. So really impressive for them. They have not lost a single race yet. They had the draw, but that's it. And interesting track picks. The Madrid Drive, we saw Texas picking that earlier, but Peach State with the Sherbertland, an interesting choice. And they do get the Sherbertland pick. Very uncommon track in competitive play. I've hardly ever seen this. So let's see what Peach State can cook up here.
We'll see. Interesting pick for sure.
Greg back at it again with the horn spam. We saw it last race. Maybe it gave him good luck. So maybe this means that he's going to get another first. And that's going to be just.
Maybe he's doing it like a certain number of times and it's an RNG manip, you know?
Oh, yeah. Maybe he's like confusing the game's code to give him like better items.
See, we don't know it, but Greg's actually just in the mainframe.
Is he? Okay, well, we're talking about it. So Greg actually passed Adam there, got the draft, and that ended up with Adam getting hit by the red shell. Doesn't really make a difference as Bean gets another red shell. Now Peach State in top 2, but Greg's still pretty close behind in 4.
Keeping a good position here.
Has the shroom. Oh, hits the wall a little bit, but still able to recover with the mushroom. So many Peach State players around Greg and Adam, and it looks like Greg taken out. Will Adam survive? It looks like he's doing okay for now. He stops at the item set. Looks like he's going for some sort of dodge, or maybe even he's going to go for the shock. I mean, Greg has usually been trying to just hold the top spots on every single one of these tracks, but I think maybe he's learning from DK Jungle that sometimes he's just not going to be able to break through when Peach State has such a strong front presence.
Right. Sometimes it might be better to just play for those items.
Yeah, Greg
Star.
Still slowing down at pretty much every item set, but just not able to find anything yet. He's still very close to everyone else, so this could be very good for him. And I think, yeah, Peach State actually has quite a few bottom players, but they also, I think, are still in at least top 2, potentially even top 3. Greg looks like he wanted to activate that star, but just wasn't able to do it in time. Gets it out after. Star's Wisp has the ghost for after, so Greg's going to be pretty much safe for the rest of this race. He gets the coin from the ghost, and hey, that's a 2% speed bonus. It'll help.
You take those.
Blue shell comes out, but it is going to be too late to make any sort of difference. A 3-4 for Texas, but it looks like a top 2 for Peach State. So really well done by Peach State just to hold their lead. And Greg able to get back up to 4th with the help of his star and ghost, just giving him so much safety, but not able to do anything else besides that.
Made up some time, but ultimately, what do we think? Score's probably still favorable for Peach State.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, it's still a top 2 for Peach State. Yeah, it's going to be another +8. Another +8 for Peach State, -8 for Texas, and they're now down 64 points after 5 races. It's not looking good so far. They're going to really need to start mounting a comeback now. I think they've really struggled on we saw them struggle on DK Jungle quite a bit, and then also on Sherbertland, just because if the second Greg gets knocked out at first, it's just been really difficult for them to have any sort of like momentum to get back into the race after that. Because even though we saw Greg get up into fourth, there's just no pressure on the Peach State players, and they're just able to all get pretty decent spots, at least the ones that stay up there from the start.
Definitely. It looks like Greg's getting under heavy item pressure in first and, just can't fire back.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, Adam has been getting up there with him a few times, but just, I guess maybe as he's on Waluigi Wiggler, can't quite hold up enough speed to stay up there. And we're talking about it, and immediately happens. Greg just all alone up there and doesn't have any support, and so he's taken out by Peach State's double red shells.
Getting the shortcut here.
Yeah, a bit of a bad alignment. Sometimes that happens there. Texas has a lot of middle spots. They got the 7, 8, 9, but Peach State, I think, still in at least top 2. Rain comes out, a lot of chaos happening.
Yeah, if Texas wants to close this lead, they're going to need to start getting some, very upper spots pretty quick.
Yeah, it looks like, I believe Luxatone had that boomerang, and he was just throwing it back as much as it took just to slow down Texas. And now Peach State, I believe, has top 3 with a bit of a lead. Maybe. It's hard to... I can't exactly tell on these tour mini maps. They're very confusing to read, but yeah, I think that's at least a top 2 for them.
Looks like it.
Greg gonna take the shortcut here. Very fun shortcut to go for.
Nice. Very, very clean. Making up a bit of time here.
Yep. Muffin from Texas has the fire, trying to hit out Wisp. Looks like he gets him once, but he streams back up, and Texas did not see the horn in time. The ghost for Greg. This could be really good for him. Holding on to this red for a bit. 3, 4, 5 for Texas. Greg gets the coin, 2% speed bonus, very helpful. He's around his teammates. He doesn't want items to hit them out anyway. Blue shell comes out, but it's going to be too late. I think Peach State has just been pulling like every single blue shell, which has been really helpful for them.
Certainly.
But I believe that was still a really good race for Texas. Held pretty much all of the upper middle spots. I think like at least like 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. Not too bad. Stopping the bleeding, just desperately trying to find some momentum here.
Just trying to hold on here.
And I got the same score again, another minus 8. It's like, I think that's our most common score for sure. Now, 72-point lead for Peach State. And if I'm Peach State, going halfway through the match, if I'm up 72, I'm feeling really good about my chances now, because they can have below average races now. They could have minus 10 every race and they'd still win. So they're in a really good position here.
For sure. Peach State only winning that one game by a massive margin, but every other game they're just, slightly increasing their lead by a little bit, which that's all you need to do.
Yep, and we see the Neo Bowser City pick for Peach State. Pretty good track for top 2, and then everyone else can try and shroom up, and they do get the pick. Of course, I was rooting for the DK Mountain pick. Such a fun track. But unfortunately, we'll have to wait to see that. Greg going back to the horn spam, or has he been doing it every race? I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out.
At least a good few of them. Hopefully it's their good luck charm here for Texas.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need some sort of momentum shift here. And as I say that, Greg immediately into first. Just everyone else, it looks like, bumped each other out. And we have a top 2 for Texas. This is
good speed from Greg and Adam out the gate here, but Greg falling a little bit behind there.
Yep, all the way down into 12th, looking like he's going to maybe do a little bit of bagging, engage in some bagging tomfoolery. But I'm saying that he's all the way up into 7th without really using any items. Just everyone gets taken out. And he's back into 3rd. This is just such a close race so far on lap 1. And okay, Adam has a bit of a lead. A crazy bomb from Greg. Somehow does not get himself. Gets fired, but that will extend Adam's lead just a little bit.
Slowing down everyone else so that Adam can just keep this lead for a bit longer here.
Wisp, I think, looking to try and get close enough to star Greg, but ends up just passing him without doing that. Potentially, BSP looking for shock here.
Adam still holding first, it looks like, on minimap.
And no, right as you say that, it looks like he's taken out by...
Ooh.
Should be Bean in first now.
Like Bean.
And Greg planted, stops him from getting the item box. Now, Greg in a really unfortunate position. Texas now just looking to salvage everything they can. Don't even have Adam in first anymore. Just exactly what they didn't want. Greg has the star. This could work out really, really well for him if other players get taken out.
If you can find a good timing for it here.
Activates the star, pulls the shrooms, but everyone else has shrooms too, so not going to make that much of a difference. Shock comes out, but it's just too little too late.
Makes it back to 6, but that'll be final position. Texas, though, did end up taking first and third.
But bottom 3 and Greg only in 6th. It's just not what you need if you're Texas right now. I mean,
not enough, yeah.
It's still going to be a negative race. Yeah, it's still a -6. So now Peach State up 78, and this is just this is becoming a really dire situation for Texas. They're almost 2 entire races behind. They would, even if they got top 6 twice, they'd still only be up 2 points. They're still basically tied. So they need to play nearly flawlessly these last 5 if they want to edge out a win here. But we do see the Wii Rainbow Road pick from Texas. A very, very unique track, but
dang, I wish we got it.
No, let's get it for race 12. That would be an amazing
that would be hype.
Race to finish it up. Be super fun. No, better yet, let's get it in D1 finals, which you can watch in 2 weeks. If we're not streaming it, then something went horribly wrong, and you should be sad.
It should be here.
Better be here, where I'm going to be suing the Collegiate Mario Kart League.
I'm gonna baby rage.
Okay. Sounds good. And I think a top 2 for Texas. So pretty much again. Just like last race, but will they be able to keep it this time? Greg has the shroom, and now he has a bit of space from everyone else. Adam lost a couple positions. I think he's still in 4th or something. I saw him spin out in the mini map. Okay. Greg, I think
a running trend of Texas taking early leads and then not quite being able to hang on to them throughout. Hopefully that changes this race.
Yeah, usually Adam and Greg both get up there, but just can't quite hold on. And we switch over to Bean's POV. I know you've been begging for Bean. I know I've been begging for Bean. Such an interesting player to watch. And playing this one from the back has the golden. It's like he doesn't really want to catch up too bad. Potentially going to slow down for shock. Falls off. Very convenient for him to get shock now. But Greg, I mean, he's so far ahead that it's not even really going to matter for Peach State. And I think they do have a lot of the upper middle positions. Bean pulls the bill. He could potentially get shock from this set. Could help Peach State gain a few positions at the end, and nope, it's the golden mushroom. Blue shell comes out really late, so I assume Texas was holding it, and they will secure the first, but I think Peach State really stopped the bleeding there with, I think, at least a 2-3, a 2-3-4, and 6-7, so that's still going to be a winning race for Peach State. Texas even got bot 3. And I mean, it's pretty much the exact same thing as last race, except with Greg up in first instead of Adam, and they're just unable to keep both of them up there. If they can just keep both of them up there, that's all they're going to need. Well, I mean, at this point, that's not really true because Texas now down 92 points with only 4 races left. They're going to need a miracle to come back, but it's never over in Mario Kart.
For sure.
You never know what could happen.
Texas would need a huge turn, but it's always possible.
And they go for the Rome pick. I think they're just desperately trying to get a Wave 6 track that Peach State isn't used to, and just hoping that they can get a really, really good race. Because still 4 races left. I mean, if they get plus 20 every time, they'll basically be there. So it's still possible for them to clutch this out. But we'll see how this goes.
Definitely.
Peach State with their track pick, they're probably really confident. Wait, why is... Okay, Greg has swapped over to Orange Yoshi from Blue Yoshi. Don't get confused. There's now an Orange Yoshi on both teams.
Oh man.
I'm already feeling confused, and I literally said what was happening. But
Do you think they did it just to make our job harder?
I would not put it past them. I believe that is exactly what Bo was doing last week. So yeah, because I really just makes it hard on your teammates to know who they're hitting. So
True.
I don't know.
But maybe it makes it harder on the other team too, right?
Yeah,
It's a great equalizer.
It's just trying to cause as much chaos as possible, and I mean, I guess it's working. Greg looking like he's still in first. Being back in 11, finding himself in the back just like last race. Gets the ghost, uses it immediately. Just pulls the single shroom from the ghost though. A lot of chaos being caused. Someone set off a bomb. Hard to say who. It looks like both teams were hit by it.
Definitely. I'm seeing a lot of shenanigans right now, which I'm a fan of. We love to see it.
I think Peach State has overtaken Greg a little bit. Yeah, it looks like they're in first with Greg in second. So Peach State's really content with their spots, I'd assume.
Seems so. Peach State holding down first, and it looks like at least third right now.
And Adam hit by the back green. This is looking really bad for Texas now. I mean, being in fifth, just causing even more chaos with the back greens. I mean, Texas, I mean, at this point, no real good way for them to catch up, and Peach State has at least first and third, it looks like. But no, I think Greg actually is going to get the first here.
Oh?
But being taken out, this could actually be pretty good for Texas.
Big for Texas.
Yeah, I saw 3 players pass Bean at the end, so
final placement 2, 3, 4 is still Peach.
Still, I mean, I think the one rule of this match is Peach State stays winning.
They've so consistent.
Yeah, they've just been on fire in the latter half of the season, and this final match is no different. That is, of course, our favorite number, a +8 game for Peach State, because apparently we can't have any other game number.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start just calling them +8 Peach State at this rate, you know?
I mean, I think that rolls off the tongue pretty well, so let's go with that. And you see the Rome pick again. Oh, Rome and Athens. We want to go to ancient ruins is what I'm finding from both teams. But which ancient ruins will we go to?
Both big history fans, but we'll see.
We will go to the new one, Rome. Always happy to see the new tracks, especially now with 100 point. Wait, hold on. How many? Okay, we got 3 races left. A 100-point lead for Peach State. Texas is going to need like at least 3 top 5s to make this happen. And the only top 5 we've seen is from Peach State. I mean, Texas has not even won a race yet. So, I mean, it seems like a foregone conclusion, but you never know.
It would take a miracle, but miracles happen.
Yeah, I've seen one of those before. You never know. And nothing really happening so far yet. Bean pulls the red shell.
Ooh.
Not entirely sure what happened there, but Bean taken out and hit again by a green. And yeah, Greg all the way down in 11th, it looks like. So not a good start for Texas. But of course, when Greg falls, Adam triumphs and Adam in first. It's been another common occurrence in pretty much every race.
Definitely. Unfortunately for Texas, they'll really need all of their players to pull top positions here in order to start making back enough points.
Yeah, and I think on a track like Rome, that's just a really scary thing to have to go for because you just don't have the confidence to maintain those high positions because no one is entirely used to these tracks yet. And of course, the same is true for Peach State, but that just always makes it more of a toss up. When you
There's,
need such a good result, that's really scary.
yeah, there's always a chaos factor to things like new tracks where it mixes up the strategies so much.
And Bean almost takes a wrong turn there, it looks like. I mean, certainly a lot of chaos going on. Adam really safe in first, it looks like, has a huge lead, but I think if Bean just gets second here, it's almost going to seal the nail for Texas right then and there, even if they get all terrible spots besides that.
Yeah, Texas really needs to stop Bean. As we're saying that, a lot of Texas players contesting Bean right now for that second spot.
Yeah, but Luxatone up here with him as well in the star. Looks like someone got hit out with a plant and took out Luxatone. But now Wisp up into Wisp dodges in third, and I think that's almost gonna secure the match. Because that dodge, I think Wisp will get second now, and that's too many top spots for Peach State, and that's gonna secure it, I believe. A 1-3 for Texas, but I mean with bot 2 and 8-9, it's gonna be. I think that'll seal the deal.
That'll probably do it.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, no, there's no way. Yeah. Still, yeah, a 110 lead for Peach State with 2 races left. Most you can get is plus 40. So Peach State has advanced. Plus 8 Peach State strikes again. Can they get in the last 2 races too? That's the question.
It's happened too many times. It's been like half of the matches at least in this series.
But yeah, Peach State now has made it to playoffs. They will be your 3rd seed in Division 1. And now they need to put on a show for us. Just convince us Peach State that you will pull through and be our overall winners. And
we're getting Wii Rainbow Road.
We get Wii Rainbow Road. I mean, it's a little anticlimactic now, but doesn't mean I'm against it.
It's still fun. Congrats to Peach State for sure. They just take a little bit of a victory lap here. Still fun to see these teams compete, though.
Yeah, I think both teams now get to relax a little. I mean, even if you're Texas, I mean, you still played a pretty good season. I mean, losing out in Division 1, I mean, it's been some tough competition. I know, like, with this being the beginning of the league, a lot of teams have had difficulty even getting their matches scheduled. So, I mean, just getting through the season, I mean, hey, that's more than UA can say. So, I mean, nothing to be ashamed about. But looking back to this race, Peach State in top 3. And, I mean, run up the score. It's always, I mean, at this point, might as well. What else is there to do? Just get those indiv points. I mean, with this being the last match of the season, players are trying to rank as high individually because that's always a fun thing to go for. I mean, always.
Might as well.
I mean, can you beat out your teammates? And speaking of beating out, and I mean, hey, Spoon found a way to beat out his teammates. Looked like he couldn't get away from Bean when he was taking the blue shell, and Bean pays the price.
Unfortunate for Peach State, but maybe he was going for the individual placement. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe he was like, I'll take this blue shell, and then he didn't take it far on the right, and so Bean wasn't able to get far enough to the left. Who knows? Conspiracy theories,
Everyone put on your tinfoil hats. Let's think about this one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This track is just so funny to me. Like that
that looks so cursed.
Yeah, it just shoots off, turns into the fireball, but he's right back in the race. He pulls the ghost. And I've completely lost track of what's going on in this race. I see Adam in second, good for him. But okay, being held on to that ghost for a while could potentially be a shock for Peach State. Blue shell goes out. Looks like it's gonna hit Adam. Bean tries to spam the horn onto whoever that was next to him, cannot quite do it. Beats State and dodges again, but still no shock coming out.
Bean running some tight lines here, but those falls early might cost him here.
Yeah, but still only in 9th place with a pretty clean lap 3.
True.
I mean, both teams looking pretty confident on this track, I think. Which is really shocking to see, as this is probably the hardest, probably one of the hardest tracks in the game, and it just came out. Sure. And I don't think we got +8 Peach State, though. I will say that for that last race. And I don't know if you caught it, but we have Greg in first overall with a 114, but Bean at 108. So I think now that's a fun little side quest. Can Bean beat out Greg for the #1 spot in this match?
That's true. Yeah, it was a +12, which +12 Peach State just doesn't ring nearly as well. Even
yeah, could you guys score. Peach State, could you, like, I don't know, play a little bit worse so that we can have a nicer thing to say?
Exactly 4 points worse, please.
Yeah, like lose 2 positions. That's all I'm asking. Okay, we got Bowser Castle 3 pick for Texas. We love Bowser. Wait, I thought we were gonna get the Rainbow Road repick, and that would have been just so silly to end off the season. But no, instead we have to play Super Bell Subway instead. We're dealing with some trains here. Everyone look out.
I like trains. I'll say it.
Nice. Maybe they have trains in Texas, and so they decided to pick. Actually, I don't even know what team picked this. There were too many different picks.
I bet Texas probably has a railroad.
I mean, everywhere has a railroad, right?
That's true.
But does Texas have a subway?
I don't know.
Maybe we could ask them after the match.
Yeah, we could ask them, or make it like a side quest for our viewers.
Yeah.
Does Texas have a subway? Vote now on your phones.
Okay, if you get it right, you get a prize.
For sure.
Yeah. Wait, Adam is driving backwards, I think.
It looks like it.
Wait, no, that's not backwards. Wait, no, that's forwards.
Oh, no, yeah. I just don't understand the mini-map. Wait.
Oh, yeah. No, wait.
Wait.
Okay, but why was he a lap behind?
I don't know.
He's having some fun, I think. But anyway, back to paying attention to the race. Greg in first, because that's just his signature move. I mean, well, we saw Adam in last, so obviously Greg has to be in first. That's how it works.
It's the balancing act that those two play.
Speaking of Greg, here's your Greg POV. And he took a clip. I wonder what happened. Now I want to know.
I'm curious. We just missed the clip.
And the shock, unfortunate.
Still far enough in the lead that he should be safe here.
Yep. Being in another Peach State player in third and fourth, it looks like, but Slap up here with Greg, and Blue Shell comes out. He lets Slap into first. Does Slap have a dodge, or are they trying to make Greg get as many points as possible? Either is possible, and yeah, they're letting Greg get as many points as possible. We love to see that.
They're just Greg boosting.
We love to see when teams boost up their players. Always so much fun for the player on the receiving end. Always feels great. And Greg secures his first overall with the 129. Wasn't enough. Peach State had just too many really good scores. Bean with the 117, Wisp with the 110. Wisp was on fire today. He played in the Funky Kong, Diddy Kong 6v6 and did a great job. Still lost. His team sucked. I was there. Unfortunate. I was bad. My fault. But anyway, that will conclude the final match of the regular season. Typing GG in chat. Oh, what's Greg's? Thank you, Fitchy. Do I get a thank you? Wumbo? What did Wumbo do today? How many people are getting thanked?
How many thanks?
He's pausing. And Spicy, he's just
All right.
okay, he's thanking all the staff team. That's fair. I'm
That's
okay
fair.
with getting left out here. Oh, he's gonna thank.
Go.
He's got you. Wait, do I get mine? Let's go!
You get one too.
Thank you, Greg. Thank
you.
Wait, maybe what if he's on the stream? What if he's on the stream and then he heard us calling out that we want? Oh, say gotta go through all of the staff and.
Myself.
That's true. Greg is staff.
Real.
Good lore. All right.
Some Greg lore on stream today.
Good Greg lore, and we'll cut away from his stream. Goodbye, Greg's stream. But yeah, that'll conclude this prime time. We'll be back hopefully next week with some semifinal action, and then the week after with finals. Because this league ain't over yet. Half the teams are gone, but half remain. And of course, we got some insane matches for you hopefully in the weeks to come. So thank you for watching. Had a great time casting, and hope to be back next week.
Yeah. See you guys next week. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.